Hey guys, this is Tiju22, and in this case we will have the Before the Bash preview of that very event, and let's just get started right now. The opening match for the card will go like this. We have seven matches total. And we have this for the following. We have the opening match will be Luigi versus Kane. Now, this match came to be because I had a YouTube user by the name of Luigi Fan 330, and he requested Kane with a mask versus Luigi. However, the problem was the first time we had the match was so short that Kane attacked Luigi from behind, and needless to say, it was a Falls Count Anywhere match, and he pinned him 1, 2, 3, and that was it for Kane, or for Luigi rather. Excuse me. So Luigi has challenged Kane to a rematch, which Kane has accepted, of course. That being said, as far as the match is concerned, well, from what I understand, that's going to be a surprise. It really will be. Alright, match number 2. It's going to be, excuse me, I'm just trying to grab my list right here. It's going to be for the Unified Tag Team Championships. Now, well, first of all, we have the new champions taking on, well, let's go back in time for a moment here, because the new champions, the Big Show and sorry about the background noise, but the Big Show and the Bulldozer, both of them, they beat then champions of Dark Force, like 2 of the 4 members of Dark Force. They beat Justin Bieber, who was recently awarded the title when Jacob left the group, and his brother Joseph. So it was Joseph and Justin Bieber taking on the Bulldozer and the Big Show. And the Big Show was also the WWE champion at the time. But when it was all said and done, Big Show was tag team champion. Now, believe it or not, the Giant is not a greedy giant. The Big Show, I should say, excuse me, is not what you would call a greedy giant. So he decided to drop or voluntarily vacate the WWE Championship. And as far as that title situation goes, I'll get to that later. But it's going to be the Big Show and Bulldozer, now under the name of simply the Titans. The Titans. That is the Titans of professional wrestling, not the football Titans of the NFL. Speaking of which, they got to get that lockout over with. Seriously, they got to get that, over and done with, because it's ridiculous. Seriously, it is. Nevertheless, the Titans of professional wrestling, the Bulldozer and the Big Show, will defend their titles against other Dark Force members. The leader, Darth Vader, and the Prophet. And it's going to be in a straight-up 2-on-2 match, so who knows what's going to happen. I don't know. Darth Vader could be the difference in that match. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Okay, up next is the third match. It will be for the Women's Championship of the World in a triple threat match. And I will say that I've been told, rather, that this match will take place inside a steel cage for one reason. 2 of the competitors, both the both of the challengers to the champion, Beth Phoenix, Michelle McCool, and my good friend Maria, also Sonic's girlfriend, have had problems with one another, and so much so that it has turned from a normal triple threat match to that of a cage match, where the first woman to get a pinfall or submission inside the cage will be declared the winner. So Escape will not win the match. That I can tell you. So, and then number 4. Now, if your name is hold on for a moment here. Yeah, if your name is Bigger 819, basically, if you're listening to this or if you're wondering who he is, let me just say that he loved the Hardcore Championship Scramble that I had not too long ago. So dude, I have some great news for you. We're gonna have ourselves a United States Championship Scramble. Same rules as always. Pinfalls count anywhere. No rope breaks. And it's gonna be for 20 minutes because, well, this is a really prestigious championship now, is it? So we have the champion, The Miz, and 4 of the top United States Championship contenders. Simple enough. But being that it is a scramble, it's basically every man for himself, and anybody could win. Anybody. Really. It's anybody's game now, is it? Let's move on. Okay, the 5th match for the night is going to be for the Women's United States Championship, although in the SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 game, it's called the Divas Championship. I just call it the Women's United States Championship because it just has more prestige to it. I've mentioned this once, and I'll mention this many times. It has more prestige than the Divas Championship. Jeez. Nevertheless, we have the champion, Beth Phoenix, or not Beth Phoenix, excuse me. I must have been taking drugs earlier today, but okay. It's the champion, Becca. You know, like Rebecca, but it's just Becca, okay? Just Becca. And she's gonna face Melina. You know, Melina from WWE fame. If you're not familiar with Melina, don't worry about it. But if you are, you know who she is. But she's the challenger to the Women's United States Championship. This match, of course, came about not just because Melina was the #1 contender. Like, she didn't just win a match, but what also happened was she and another girl, you might know her as Rebecca Black, or Miss Friday, as I call her. Yeah, there's a Rebecca and a Becca, but Becca's the good girl, and Rebecca's the bad girl, Rebecca Black. So yeah, Melina and Miss Friday, as I'll call her, they both attacked Becca, and Becca fought back with all she could, but the numbers were just too much for her. And Becca has vowed revenge. How that's gonna happen, I don't know. Especially with Miss Friday in the background, I don't know. Becca is gonna have to think of something, and think of something quick. Okay, we have the actually we have like 2 main event matches. Basically, it's a double titles match. Basically, what's gonna happen is This situation came about. Well, first of all, you have the World Heavyweight Champion, the Killer, Edward Kill, formerly known as Mr. Trololo Guy. Of, you know, if you've seen the video, you know who he is. And then you have the Intercontinental Champion, Bob Barker, and the Challenger, Undertaker. Now, so in chronological order, here's what happened. The Undertaker won a #1 contenders match to get a shot at the world title. Now, the thing about Undertaker is that he was facing Randy Orton for that title as the challenger, but the Undertaker got screwed. Randy Orton would win the match, but without Orton's knowledge that that the Prophet and Darth Vader attacked the Undertaker, and of course Randy Orton would go on to pin the Undertaker and win the match, and then Edward Kill would cash in his Money in the Bank to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So that's how he became the champion. For Bob, he became champion via a tournament to crown the Intercontinental Champion, and he's been champion ever since. So, how did Bob Barker get in this mess? Simple. Edward Kill was in contention for Bob Barker's Intercontinental Championship match, and wouldn't you know it, the Killer, Edward Kill, won the #1 contenders match to face off against Bob Barker for the Intercontinental Championship match. So what this all means is it is a triple threat match for both the Intercontinental and World Heavyweight Championships. So what's going to happen is we're going to have ourselves a triple threat elimination match in which the first man that gets eliminated, that person gets nothing. The runner-up wins the Intercontinental Championship. How often do you hear that? The runner-up becomes the Intercontinental Champion. Not very often. But the winner becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. So there is a possibility that that one of the champions could walk out with nothing. There's another possibility where one champion could lose one belt and gain another. However, there's also a chance that someone could leave with nothing. So there's several possibilities, but I'm not going to go too far into that. But the 7th match is the main event of the evening. Remember how I told you that Big Show vacated his title because he wanted to focus on defending the Unified Tag Team Championships? Well, here's what happened. Well, the thing is, because it's vacated, no one currently owns the championship. And really, the Big Show could have just gave it to anybody. But the Big Show himself came up with the idea to what you would call pool a 1992 Royal Rumble, which is to say that we'll have a 30-man Royal Rumble for the WWE title. So basically you have 30 guys from the Raw roster, if you're familiar with the rosters in the game. If you're not, well, there's a roster for Raw, which is like Raw spelled R-A-W, and then SmackDown, which is spelled SmackDown. Yeah. Basically, you have 30 guys from Raw because that's where the WWE Championship resides. So, believe it or not, there's a good chance that my group, well, it's not really my group, but our group, we three, that's Mr. NBC, Dijano, and yours truly could be entered in this match. And there's a good chance that one of us could leave as the WWE Championship. It's also possible for Link to win the championship. Even some of the least worthy guys that you would think should never win the championship could win the championship. And who else am I forgetting? Stevie Wonder, who's in the bottom 3, who hasn't even accomplished anything. If he wins the Royal Rumble, not only would his job be safe, he would be the champion. The possibilities could be endless. There's 30 possibilities, I should say. There's also the possibility that Darth Vader, if he's unsuccessful against the Big Show and the Bulldozer in that tag team match from earlier on, if he's unsuccessful but is the winner in that Royal Rumble, he could be walking around with that WWE Championship. Heck, even Justin Bieber could win the title. As for who's actually going to be in the match, that's yet to be determined, partly because some of the contestants might be doing double duty. I don't know. But just think of the Raw roster, okay? As well as some of the guys that I have assigned there. Of course, I haven't given you the roster yet, but it can be anybody from the Raw roster that I have on my game, and anybody could win. Even Jacob, who had just left Dark Force, could win the title. There's a whole lot of... even The Rock could win the title. So yeah, you have a couple of big names, but you also have a couple of lesser-known names, or guys that haven't exactly earned... who would otherwise never get a shot at the WWE title because they haven't earned it, could win it. So think of it like that. Okay, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for the Before the Bash show, preview show. So stay tuned tomorrow. Stay tuned for more matches, for those matches on the Bash, at the Bash, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. In the meantime, have a great day, everybody.